Let's be honest about why you're here. She left. And right now, every instinct in your body is screaming at you to fix it, to text her the paragraph, to explain yourself, to promise you'll change, to call her, to show up, to make her see how much you love her. And before you do a single one of those things, I need you to understand something that almost no one will tell you straight. Every one of those moves will push her further away. You do not get her back by chasing her. You get her back by becoming a man she regrets losing. That is the whole game. This is the playbook. No begging, no mind games, no fairy tales. Just what actually works, and the cold reasons why. So start with the truth you don't want to hear, because everything else is built on it. Attraction is not a decision. It is not a choice she sits down and makes. It is a reaction, the way you flinch from a hot stove. You cannot argue a woman into wanting you, the same way you cannot argue yourself into being hungry. And that means all the explaining, all the paragraphs, all the making your case, it is aimed at the wrong target. You are trying to win a debate when the thing you actually lost was a feeling. You can win every argument about why you deserve her and still lose her completely, because desire does not live in the part of the brain that listens to arguments. Now hear how she actually walked away, because you have the story wrong. It was not one fight. It almost never is. Attraction bled out slowly, over months, through 100 small moments you did not even notice. You got comfortable. You stopped growing. You made her your entire world, your only source of peace, your mood ring, and slowly you started needing her more than she needed you. And the day the scale tipped, the day your need for her outweighed her need for you, the attraction started dying, quietly, on schedule. Neediness is the poison. A man who needs a specific woman to be okay is a man broadcasting that he has nothing else, and nothing else is not attractive. That is not cruelty. That is just how it works, on her and on you both, which is exactly why chasing is fatal. Every desperate text, every unanswered call, every time you show up to prove your love, you are not showing her love. You are showing her need. You are confirming the very thing that made her lose interest in the first place. You are pouring water on a drowning fire. So the first thing you do is the hardest thing, and it is the foundation of everything after it. Step 1. You go completely dark. Full no contact. No texts, no calls, no likes, no watching her stories, no showing up where she is, no reaching out through her friends. 30 days minimum, 60 is better. And I want to be clear about why. Because if you do this as a trick, it will fail. This is not a manipulation tactic to make her miss you. She will smell a tactic from a mile away, and running a game on someone is a coward's move anyway. You go dark for one reason. You cannot rebuild a single thing while you are still bleeding attraction all over her phone. The silence is not for her. The silence is for you. It is the space where the desperate man dies and a different man starts to grow. And yes, it also happens to be the only condition under which she can ever start to feel your absence, but that is a side effect, not the goal. The goal is the man you become in the quiet. Step 2. In that silence, you take radical ownership, not groveling. Ownership. There is a difference, and it is everything. Groveling says, please forgive me, tell me what to do. Ownership says, I see exactly what I became, and I am fixing it for me. So sit down and get brutally, uncomfortably honest about why she actually pulled away. Not the story that makes you the victim, the real one. Did you get lazy? Did you get soft? Did you stop leading? Did you lean on her for every ounce of your happiness until the weight of holding you up crushed whatever she felt? Did you get jealous, controlling, small? Whatever it was, name it without flinching, because you cannot fix a thing you will not look at. This is not about blame. It is about leverage. Every real flaw you find is a place you can actually get stronger. Most men never do this. They would rather nurse the fantasy that she is confused and will come to her senses. She is not confused. Be the one man who is brave enough to look in the mirror instead of at the door. Step 3. Kill the Oneitis. That word, Oneitis, is the sickness. where you have convinced yourself that this one woman is the only one, the last one, the irreplaceable one, and if you lose her, your life is over. It is a lie, and it is a lie that is poisoning your frame right now. She is not the only woman on earth who could ever want you. The belief that she is precisely what makes you desperate, and desperation is what repels her. You have to genuinely rebuild the sense that you have options, that your life is full, that you will be completely fine either way. And here's the part that sounds like a paradox, but is the most important sentence in this entire video. The moment you actually no longer need her back is the moment you become the kind of man she wants back. Not fake it. Actually get there. A man with a full life and real options moves through the world differently. He stands differently. He texts differently. He is not gripping. And she can feel that through a screen, through a room, through a single word. Step 4. Now you rebuild the man. And this is the real leverage, the part that does the actual work. You are going to become the upgraded version of yourself, and not as a costume to trick her, but for real, because a real change is the only kind she can feel. Get in the gym and stay there until it shows. Get your body hard and your posture straight. Fix the mission, find the purpose, the thing you are building that has nothing to do with her, because a man on a mission is magnetic, and a man with nothing but a woman at the center of his life is a burden waiting to happen. Get your money right. Get your circle right, real friends, a real social life, so you are not sitting alone staring at your phone. Sharpen the way you dress, the way you carry yourself, the way you speak. You are becoming a man that the woman who left would not recognize, and more importantly, a man who does not actually need her to recognize him. Do this for 60 days with everything you have, and I promise you will not be the same person, and that new person is the entire strategy. Step 5. Master your frame, because all of this collapses in one weak moment if you cannot hold your own state. Frame is simply this: whose reality wins? When you get emotional, reactive, when you explode or beg or drunk text at 2 a.m, you hand her all the power and confirm you are still the needy man she left. The calm man wins. The man who is unbothered, who does not chase, who is not rattled by silence, who can feel the sting of missing her and still not pick up the phone, that man holds the frame. So you control your inputs. No stalking her profile. No letting a mutual friend feed you updates that wreck your week. No sending the message you drafted at midnight. Ever. Discipline over your own emotions is the muscle underneath every other step, and you are going to train it like one. Step 6. Only after the man is genuinely rebuilt do you make contact again, and you make it light. No, we need to talk. No heavy, loaded, let me pour out my heart message. That is high investment, and high investment when you have not earned it back reads as desperate. You reach out low and easy, a short message tied to something real, something that would make anyone smile, no pressure, no agenda hanging off the end of it. And then, this is critical, you match her energy and you do not overstep it. If she gives you a little, you give a little back and you leave first, while it is still good. You are not trying to win her back in a text thread. You are just opening a door and proving, in the calmest way possible, that you are not the man who left. You are demonstrating the change, not announcing it. Never announce it. A man who has to tell you he has changed has not. Step 7. When it moves to meeting in person, and let her earn her way to that, you keep 2 rules above all others. Rule 1. You do not rehash the breakup. You do not relitigate. You do not defend. You do not drag her back through the autopsy of what went wrong. The past is the least attractive thing you could possibly talk about. Rule 2. You let her feel the change instead of hearing about it. You show up as the strong, easy, genuinely good version of yourself. Present, a little playful, clearly a man with a full life who chose to spend an hour of it here. Attraction, not negotiation. You are not there to make your case. You are there to let her sit across from a man she thought she knew and quietly realize she was wrong about who he was becoming. Step 8. Now the trap most men fall into, the one that undoes everything the second it starts working. If she comes back, if the warmth returns and the door opens, do not relapse. The instant a man feels her coming back, the old needy version comes sprinting back too. He gets comfortable again, grateful again, he drops the gym, drops the mission, drops the frame, and hands her back the exact man she got bored of, and it dies a second time, faster. So you do not revert. You keep the standards, you keep the mission, the body, the frame, the life. You lead. And you remember something with real spine in it. You are not just grateful to be chosen, you are also deciding whether she still fits the man you have become. The relationship comes back on new terms, or it does not come back at all, and you have to actually mean that. Step 9, and this is the one that makes all the others true. You have to be genuinely willing to lose her. Not as a bluff. For real. Because here is the paradox at the very center of this whole thing. The man who still needs her cannot get her, and the man who no longer needs her does not need this video. The willingness to walk away is not a trick to make her come back. It is the actual state of strength that everything else has been building toward, and she can tell the difference between a man performing indifference and a man who has genuinely made his peace with either outcome. So you build a life so good that she becomes a wonderful bonus instead of the whole point. And if she comes back to that man, beautiful. And if she does not, then you have become the man who effortlessly attracts the next one, which means either way, you win. So let me tell you the truth that sits underneath the entire playbook, the thing I need you to walk away with, even if you forget every step. You do not do this to manipulate her. You do it because the work is the point. The gym, the mission, the frame, the abundance, the self-respect, none of it is a lever you pull to get a woman. It is who you were always supposed to become. The cruel joke, and the beautiful one, is that the exact same man who wins her back is the man who no longer needs her back to be whole. Chase her, and you lose her and yourself. Become him, and you get yourself back for good, and very often, you get her too. Now stop scrolling, put the phone down, and go start on step 1.